we are going to start Act 3, Scene 3, remaining part of it. It is the Alonso's speech. I cannot do much such shapes, such gestures and such sound expressing. Although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent dumb discourse. Alonso told to Prospero that I cannot wonder too much at such shapes, such gestures, such sounds and such expressions. Although they lack the ability to speak, they convey their meaning through gestures. Which shapes, which gestures he is talking about? Prospero arranged one feast for them. He arranged one feast. In that feast, he ordered to all the spirits that they should present in that one feast in different shapes, in different gestures. So Alonso was talking about that spirits, gesture and shapes. He is telling that I am very surprised that they are in different shapes. Although they are not speaking too much, but whatever they want to tell, they are telling us, they are conveying the meaning of their talk through their gestures which they had made. Prospero, aside, praise in departing. Be careful how you praise. Francisco, they vanished strangely. He told those shapes disappeared in a mysterious way. Francisco told that all the shapes suddenly disappeared in a mysterious way. Why they should disappear? Because Prospero had ordered them that how much time they have to present in the feast. And as they all are spirits, so they disappeared according to the given time. Substime, no matter since, they have left their vents behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you taste of what is here? Substime, inform, that doesn't matter since they have left the food behind and we are all hungry. Will it please you to taste what is here? Substime said that okay, no matter. If they had disappeared, they had left food for us and we all are hungry. So, will you permit that we will taste all these things, what they had left for us to eat? Alonso, not I, that I will not taste this food. Alonso refused to eat the food. Gonzalo, faith sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe that they were mountaineers, dew-lapped like bulls, whose trots had hanging at them wallets of flesh, or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find. Gonzalo said that truly sir, you should have no fear, that don't worry about the food. If you want to taste, you can taste. When we were young, nobody believed that there were a strange mountain people. They were said to have huge masses of flesh hanging at their throats, which looked like bags to carry tools. These masses of flesh looked like big humps on bulls hanging at their necks. Nobody believed then that there were men who had heads in their chest. He said that when we were young, no one believed that one day will come when we will be mountaineers. Means we will live here on the islands. And they had so many things at that time. They get too much opportunities. But he said, now we hear stories with proofs given by every traveler who has travelled abroad after taking loans with an interest. That here they got so many opportunities, but they had not taken care of it. Now at present we are hearing the stories of that travelers who had travelled towards the abroad by taking loan. And we are hearing their story. Means he want to tell to the Alonso that now you are getting chance to eat the food. Now you are refusing. Later you will tell any story when you feel too much hunger. So don't worry about the food. Take it. Taste it. Alonso, I will stand to and feed. Although my last no matter since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we. Alonso said that I will get ready and eat. Even although this would be my last meal, because since I feel the best part of my life is over. Brother, my lord, the duke, you also follow my example and start eating. He said that, okay, I am ready. I will eat the food now, but I hope that it is the last meal of my life. As you know about my condition, that my best part of life is over. Why he is talking like this? Because he was thinking that he has lost his son. He was thinking, because just now, till this time, he had not seen his son. So, he was telling that, I hope that it is the last meal of my life, as I have lost the best part of my life. And he also requested to the Gonzalo that, brother, you should also take my example and eat food now. Thunder and lightning enter Ariel like a harpy, claps his wings upon the table, and with a quaint device the banquet vanishes. What happened now? There was thunder and lightning at the place where they are having food. And Ariel entered there in the shape of a harpy. And he was invisible. What he has done? He strikes his wings upon the table where food was situated. And with a clever device, the feast, the food disappear.
Oh, food gayab ho gaya?
Yes. Because he just want to make them. Harappi, what is Harappi? A mythical monster with the body of a woman and the wings and claws of a bird. Harappi means एक ऐसी spirit, एक ऐसा monster who has the body of a woman but his wings and his claws of a bird. When food disappeared, Ariel now spoke. You are three men of sin, whom destine that had to instrument this lower world and what is in't. The never surfeited sea hath caused to beleach up you, and on this island where man doth nor inhabit, you youngest man being most unfit to live, I have made you mad, and even with such like valor men hang and drawn their proper slaves. Ariel, who was present there? Francisco, Gonzalo and Alonso. So after disappear the food, Ariel spoke to them that you are three sinners here. This world and all that is in it are in the hands of destiny. That everything related to us is in the hand of our luck, our destiny, which caused the insatiable sea first to swallow you and then to throw you up on an island uninhabited by man. That it was your destiny that first sea swallows you, after that sea has thrown you at an island who was not under any man, which was not under any man. You are not fit to live among other human beings. I have caused you to become mad with the wild impulse that makes men kill themselves by hanging or by drowning. He said that you are not able to live in the human beings. So I am doing all these things so that I can make you mad. Why? Because the person, when he become mad, he lost his power and they started to kill each other or to kill themselves also. And I also want to make you mad so that you can kill yourself by hanging or by drowning. Because you are sinners. Alonso, Substine, etc. draw their swords. Alonso, Substine and others, they draw their swords to attack the speaker of these words. You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well bound the loud winds or with bemocked at steps kill the still closing waters as demeans one dole that's in my plum. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you couldn't hurt, your swords are now too messy for your strengths and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you, that you three for Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed onto the sea, which hath requited it, him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers delaying not forgetting have inseized the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures. Now they pull their swords, they draw their swords, and they are speaking to Ariel. What they are telling to him? You fool, my companion and I are the messengers of fate. That we had decided our destiny. We ourselves are the messengers of the luck. Your swords cannot damage even a particle of my soft feathers, just as your swords. The raw materials of which your swords are made cannot wound the roaring wind, nor can step the waters which would always come together. Now Ariel was speaking. When they draw their swords, Ariel saw the swords, and he was speaking to them that you are fools. You three are fools. I and my friends cannot be harmed by your swords. Because the swords, we are the messenger of fate, and the swords which you are using, the raw material of that sword cannot bound anyone. It is not so strong that it can bound anyone. It can hurt anyone. And he said that my companions are uncurable and immune to harm. If your swords could hurt any one of us, they would become so heavy that you could not lift them to strike us. He said that my friends are immune, that nobody can harm them. And if your sword hurt any one of us, your sword becomes so heavy that you even can't lift it to strike us. यदि तुमने हार्म किया हमें अपने स्वॉर्ड से, तो आपकी स्वॉर्ड इतनी हैवी हो जाएगी कि तुम उसे हैंडल भी नहीं कर पाओगे. They would be, but remember that all three of you drove Prospero out from Milan. That you will remember your sin. You three people throw out Prospero from the Milan. This is the crime about which I have come to you. You exposed Prospero with his young daughter to the danger of the sea. That I came here to remind you about your sins, about your crime. You had done wrong with Prospero and his daughter. The sea has punished you for your crime by causing the shipwreck. Why you had shipwreck now? Because you had thrown them into the sea. Sea had taken revenge by you. Sea had punished you for that crime. That's why you are shipwrecked here. Your cruel crime was not forgotten by fate. Your punishment was just postponed. That at that time you had done crime and you was very happy. But your punishment was just postponed, not forgettable. And they said that is why the enraged forces of nature destroyed your peace. You were robbed of your son Alonso, and through me the announcement of slow and prolonged torture is made. He said that you had done crime, now you got the punishment. What is the punishment? Your shipwrecked, your peace of mind has gone, you had lost your son, and I myself is also torturing you slowly because of your sin. There is only one way in which you all can be saved from the rays of the avenging power. That way is sincere repentance and a good life for the future. If you fail to do that, the fury of the avenging powers will descend on your heads in the barren island. He said that now luck has given you one more chance. One way is here by which you can save yourself. And if you are failed to complete that part, complete that task, nobody can save you in the barren land. Now he vanishes in thunder. Then to soft music enter the shapes again and dance with mooks and moves and carrying out the table. Ariel disappeared now. He vanished in the thunder, and then soft music shapes enter again. The shapes which has disappeared, they entered again. They starting to dance and take away the table. Table was there for food. They had taken away all the food with the table. Prospero, aside, bravely the figure of this Harapy hast thou performed, my Ariel, a grace it had, devouring of my instructions hast thou nothing merited in what thou hadst to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meaner minister, their several kinds have done my high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up. In their distractions they now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine loved darling. Prospero praised to the Ariel. He said that, my Ariel, you have portrayed the role of the Harapy splendidly, that you had played the role of Harapy in a good manner. The beauty it had when you devoured the banquet. In the speech that you made, you didn't depart from my instructions, that whenever you had given speech to them, you had followed my instructions. And he said, similarly, my attendants have performed their function. Other spirits also have done their function in a good manner. My powerful magic has worked, and these my enemies are entangled in a state of frenzy and dismay. That now my enemies, they are very confused, they are frightened, they are now in my power, that my enemies are under my magic now. I will leave them in this state while I go to visit young Ferdinand, that till I will go to Ferdinand, I will leave all these people in this one condition, under the magic power. They believe that Ferdinand has been drowned. Let me go also to Mirinda, who is my darling daughter as well as the sweetheart of Ferdinand. He said that now it is the time. I will go to my daughter Miranda, and I will also go to the Ferdinand. Means now it is the time when he present Ferdinand in front of his father. Prospero present his son in front of the father. But before he brought them, he left all the people present there under the power of magic. And he has gone from there. Gonzalo, I, the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare? Gonzalo appeared there. He said that, in the name of heaven, sir, why do you stand staring so keenly? Because he was not aware about the power of magic. He saw Alonso standing there, and he was in a staring position, means he was looking at someone. So Gonzalo asked that, why are you standing in this one position? Then Alonso said, oh, it is monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prospero. It did bask my trespass. Therefore my son, I, the oath is bedid, and I will seek him deeper than ever. Plumber sounded, and with him there lie murdered. Alonso said that, oh, it is something awful. It seemed to me that the waves of the sea were speaking and telling me of my misdeed.